Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome inside the Mahoney Arena for tonight's matchup between the Fairfield Stags and the Marist Red Foxes. The last time these two teams faced off inside Mahoney Arena was February 6, 2025. If you remember that game, 70-foot buzzer beater to win the game for Fairfield. But now two new teams, two new seasons in a new year where Fairfield has new freshmen Brandon Benjamin and Declan Wilkenfangen, and Marist comes into this game 10-4 in the MAC, 16-7 overall, and want to get some revenge for that game last year on February 6th. Fairfield coming to this game 7-7 in the MAC, coming after a huge win at Sacred Heart, 92-87. Starting lineups for both teams. For Sacred Heart, you got number 0, Jaden Collins Roberts. Number 2, the sophomore Austin Menard. Number 13, the senior Elijah Lewis. Number 10, the senior Trace Sultan. And number 1, the sophomore Jason Schofield. And the starting lineups for the Fairfield Stags. The senior, number 4, Braden Sparks. The freshman, number 8, Tony Williams. The freshman, number 11, Halen Rollins. The freshman, number 20, who scored 21 points in that game against Sacred Heart on Thursday, February 5th, Brandon Benjamin. And the freshman, number 44, Declan Wilkenfangen. Two teams, 40 minutes to play. Both teams hungry for the win. A few weeks away from the MAC championships in Atlantic City. Both teams want to make it. Marist third in the conference, Fairfield 5th. We will be right back for a tip-off just in a few moments. Welcome back to Leo D. Mahoney Arena. Tip-off happening any moment now. Brandon Benjamin taking it for Fairfield, and Schofield taking it for Marist. 40 minutes of MAC men's basketball underway as Marist gets Menard over to Collins Roberts. The junior battle against Williams. Over to Lewis. Now it's Sultan. Back to Menard on the wing. Looking down low, over to Collins Roberts. Three-pointer good. Marist gets on the board first. Williams taking the ball up for Fairfield. Over to Rollins. Now it's Sparks. Sparks at the top of the key. Over to Williams in the corner. Over to Wilkenfangen. Sparks down low to Benjamin. Benjamin trying to get into the paint. In the corner to Sparks. He's battling, trying to get through. Pull-up jumper. Back to the rim. Rebound Sultan. Over to Collins Roberts, bringing the ball up for the Red Foxes. Now it's Sultan. Back to Roberts. Over to Menard. Working on Spokes. Down low to Schofield. Shot blocked. Williams bringing the ball up for Fairfield. Over to Rollins. Back to Williams, over to Spokes. Looking for Wilkerfangen down low. They got him. Pass to Spokes, three-pointer. In and out. Now they got a foul called on number 2, Justin Menard. Fairfield will underneath the. It's Tony Williams inbounding the ball. Looking for someone. Ball goes to Benjamin up top. Over to Wilkerfangen. Now it's Williams. Trying to get through. Pull-up jumper. Off the back of the rim. Rebounds Collins Roberts. He's bringing the ball up. Over to Lewis. Lewis going against Wilkerfangen. Lewis fake the three. Pull-up jumper. Off the side of the rim. Rebound Brandon Benjamin. Tony Williams bringing the ball up for the Stags again. He's coming on the right side. Passes out to Spokes. To Wilkerfangen. Rollins. Benjamin has the ball at the baseline. Trying to walk through. Ball's loose. Marist gets it back. It's Menard on the fast break. Layup. It's good. 5-0 Red Foxes. Williams bringing the ball up for the Stags. Now it's Wilkerfangen at the top of the key. Williams has it now. Spokes, three-pointer, in and out. Ball off of Rollins' legs. Marist ball underneath the basket. Marist controlling the pace of the game in these early minutes. Leading 5-0. Collins Roberts has the ball, working on Williams. Rollins gets the ball. The ball's loose. Now it's Williams. Settling down this offense for the Stags. Trying to find Benjamin down low, but broken up by Jaden Daughtry. And he kicks the ball out of bounds. Fairfield will have the ball inbounding. It will be Rollins to inbound the ball for Fairfield. Trying to get something going on this offensive possession. It's Williams. Working on Menard. Now it's Spokes. Spokes trying to drive over to Benjamin. Benjamin using that 6'8" body of his to break through. Spokes now has the ball. Try to pull up jumper. At the baseline. He's trying to walk through. Pass broken up by Marist. And Collins Roberts threw the ball away. Trying to get the ball down to Blackwell. But a little too high. Fairfield ball as Williams is bringing it up. Still no points for the Stags. 4 minutes into this game. Williams driving. Out to Spokes. Corner three. It's good. Brady Spokes gets the Stags on the board. Now it's Menard working on Spokes. He drives over to Daughtry. Pass broken up by Benjamin. Williams gets the loose ball. Spokes, now Williams. Williams from the top of the key. In and out. Rebound Wilkerfangen. He puts it back up for two. The freshman Declan Wilkerfangen gets the rebound and gets the layup. Ties the game up at 5. Now it's Blackwell. Has the ball for Marist. Over to Daughtry. Daughtry working on Benjamin. Step back three. Off the back of the rim. Wilkerfangen with the rebound. Williams over to Spokes. Spokes has the ball for the Stags. Over to Rollins. Williams has it in the corner now. Now Spokes over to Rollins. Rollins, three-pointer. Off the front of the rim. And now we have a media timeout with 14:52 left in the first half and a 5-5 tie game. We will be back shortly after this break. We are back from this media timeout. The huddles are breaking. The crowd is filing in. The pep band is playing. We got a tie ball game after Marist started this game 5-0. And now Fairfield has their 5-0-1 of their own. It'll be Fairfield's ball underneath their own basket. Tony Williams inbounding the ball for the Stags. The Stags line up in that I formation at the top of the key. They break. Ball goes into Benjamin. Over to Rollins. Rollins working on Lewis. Now it's Spokes. Spokes center offense over to Rollins. Wilkerfangen for three. Off the side of the rim. Rebounds goes to Collins Roberts. Now it's Blackwell working on Rollins. Trying to break through. Rollins playing tight D. Now is Kambaba coming into the game for Marist. Lewis has the ball, working on Tony Williams. Tony Williams breaks it up, passes it to Wilkerfanger, and Wilkerfanger slams it down, giving the Stags the first lead of the game. The broken up pass by Williams, looking up, seeing Wilkerfanger. And then Declan Wilkerfangen slams it down. It's Lewis, now Blackwell for Marist. Spokes playing tight defense. Blackwell's jumper, no good. Wilkerfangen, rebound, over to Tony Williams. Now it's Wilkerfangen, over to Rollins. Rollins, he's driving, pull-up jumper. Off the back of the rim, rebound Benjamin. No. Shot, it does not count. A charge was called on number 20, Brandon Benjamin, before the shot was put up. Coach Chris Casey is not happy with that call, nor is the crowd. But the game goes on. It's Menard, bring the ball up for Marist. Now Lewis back to Blackwell. Now Blackwell has it in the corner. He's driving over to Kambamba. Now Lewis. Working on Rollins once again. He drives. He pulls up. Shot deflected. But Kambamba gets the rebound from Marist and gets fouled to send him to the line for 2 shots. Second foul for Fairfield. First 1 foul for Marist. And it's Poby Kambamba at the line for 2. First one's good. Now in tight games like this, it usually comes down to who makes the free throws the most. As Kambamba makes the second free throw, and Stags get the ball back. Tony Williams has the ball. Now it's Rollins at the top of the key. Brandon Spokes' jumper is good. Stags take a 9-7 lead. Brandon Spokes, the leading scorer so far in this first half with 5. Now it's Lewis. Over to Menard. Menard driving the baseline. No good. Layup's no good for John Menard. Rebound, Brandon Spokes. He brings it up. Pass intercepted by Miles Parker of Marist, but he went out of bounds. Fairfield's ball underneath the own basket. It's Braden Spokes to inbound. Braden Spokes looking for someone. Into Benjamin. Over to Williams. Now. Three-pointer. Braden Spokes. It's good. Braden Spokes puts his defender on the ground and gets the three-pointer to go. 12-7 lead for the Stags. It's Lewis over to Kambamba. Now it's Parker. Over to Blackwell. Pass deflected by Benjamin. Three-pointer, Menard. It's good. The deep three-pointer by John Menard is good to cut this lead down by 2. Stags lead, 12-10. Now Wolkefanger over to Williams. Now Deuce Turner just came in for the Stags. He's battling against Lewis. Up top to Wolkefanger. Over to Williams. Williams looking for Benjamin down low. Instead, he goes down low himself. Now back up to Spokes. Deuce Turner has the ball. Heading towards the corner. Trying to get past. Three-pointer up. Off the front of the rim. But a foul was called on number 13, Elijah Lewis. 12-10 lead for Fairfield. 11:21 left in this first half, and we have immediate timeout. We'll be right back after this short break. We are back after the media timeout in Leo D. Mahoney Arena. It's a pretty good crowd tonight. Despite the cold, negative temperatures outside in the crisp Fairfield, Connecticut, it's heated up inside Leo D. Mahoney Arena. 12-10, Fairfield leads. And Deuce Turner heads to the line after that foul was called on Elijah Lewis before the timeout. Turner. First shot's good. Now the foul was beyond the three-point line. So second shot is up. It's good. Deuce Turner, the graduate student out of Coatesville, Pennsylvania, averaging 8.8 points a game. And his third free throw was good. Stags lead 15-10. Now it's Menard working on Eric Major. Sub coming in for Fairfield. Turner defending Roberts. Now it's back to Collins Roberts. Turner on defense. Down to Schofield. Wolkenfanger on defense. Battling. Schofield wins the battle and gets the layup in. Jason Schofield gets his first points of the night. Now it's Eric Major. Bring the ball up for Fairfield over the Wolkenfanger. Now Brandon Sparks. Back to Major. This is Turner. Turner pull-up jumper. It's good. Deuce Turner gets a jumper. Gives the Stags a 5-point lead, 17-12. Schofield has the ball up top. Over to Polka. Over to Blackwell. Blackwell down to Schofield. A beautiful pass to John Menard inside the paint, and Menard gets the easy layup. It's Major. Now Turner has the ball for the Stags. Trying to get something going. Pulls up, looking for Benjamin to get down low. Instead, goes over to Sparks in the corner. Sparks over to Turner. Now it's Major. Major pulls up, looking for Benjamin. Gets Benjamin down low. He saves the ball from going out of bounds. Go over to Sparks. And Sparks, as the shot clock was going off, gets one up, but Fairfield gets a rebound. Major went in. They go for the layup and try to get the foul on Marist. No call. Marist rebounding and coming up the court. Blackwell has that at the top of this key. Now it's Menard working on Wolkenfangen. He's trying to get around him. He says down to Schofield. Blocked by Brandon Benjamin. Schofield denied. Deuce Turner with a rebound. Over to Sparks in the corner. He's driving down. Over to Benjamin. Benjamin layup. Beautifully executed play by Fairfield. The block by Benjamin, and Benjamin finishes on the other side with a layup. Blackwell has it for Marist now. Over to Collins Roberts. He's trying to get through. It's Major on defense, and Schofield gets the easy layup. 19-16 lead for the Stags. Eric Major bringing the ball up. Hands off to Wolkenfanger. Stags run the weave up top. Back to Major. Major over to Sparks. Now Turner has it. Down to Benjamin. Benjamin trying to work past Schofield. Over to Major. Now it's Turner. Fake three-point attempt. Off the side. Benjamin rebound. Layup rolls around the rim and out. No good. Now it's Blackwell, 3-point. Off the side of the rim. Rebound, Brandon Benjamin. Brandon Sparks bringing the ball up for the Stags. Now Wolkenfanger over to Major. Major working on Menard. Now over to Turner. Now Sparks. Sparks working on Collins Roberts. Trying to get inside. Over to Major. Major working inside. Over to Sparks. Sparks, three-pointer. Off the back of the rim. Rebound Schofield. Now John Menard taking the ball up for Marist. Menard working on Major. Deep three. Off the side of the rim. Rebound Benjamin. Hands it off to Sparks. Sparks settling things down, calming down the Stags offense. Trying to get something going with just over 7 minutes left in this first half. Now Sparks, three-pointer. Off the side of the rim. Rebound Collins Roberts. Timeout Red Foxes. 7:10 left in this first half. Stags 19. Marist 16. And we'll be back after this short break. We are back here in Leo D. Mahoney Arena after the timeout. Both teams talk it over. Both teams break the huddles. Crowd is filing in one by one. We got a good game on our hands. 7 minutes left in this first half. Stags lead by 3. And Fairfield is going for that upset win. Right, they lost to Marist earlier in the year. Right, they want to try to get that revenge. They want to get another win to get above 500 in this MAC conference. Right, beating the Red Foxes will be huge. Right, to try to get into the MAC championships in Atlantic City. But first, they got to win. And Marist has the ball now with Collins Roberts. Fairfield starting to put the press onto these Red Foxes, but Marist gets through. It's Colin Roberts over to Trace Sultan, who came into the game for Marist. Now it's Lewis working on Major. Over to Colin Roberts. Lewis, top of the key, off the side of the rim. Rebound goes to Ryan Zahn, who came in the game for Fairfield. Zahn for 3, off the back of the rim. Rebound, Lewis from Marist. Over to Colin Roberts. Gets the ball. Lewis looking for someone open. Back to Colin Roberts. Roberts working on Sparks. Now it's Blackwell. Blackwell into the paint for Lewis, but the ball gets loose and picked up by Brandon Sparks. Now it's Deuce Turner working on Roberts. He's trying to go low. Benjamin has it in the paint. He walks around his defender and in. A beautiful move to go around Kambamba, and Benjamin lays it in for 2. It's Colin Roberts. Over to Blackwell. Back to Roberts. Now Blackwell and Sultan. 3, no good, but a foul was called on the floor. Marist will get the ball back underneath their own basket. Subs coming in for Marist in the game is Menard and Parker. Out of the game comes Salton and Blackwell. So some of the starters coming back in for the Red Foxes. Marist ball goes into Kambamba. Now Menard has it, working on Benjamin. Trying to get through the tall 6'8 center. Now Kambamba out to Parker. Parker back to Kambamba. Now Menard at the top of the key. 5 seconds to shoot. The ball into deflected. Off Colin Roberts. Picked up by Major. Now Zahn. Now Spokes has it. Spokes working on Lewis. Pull up three by Spokes. It's good! Braden Spokes a three once again. And the Stags take the biggest lead of the game. 24-16. 5 minutes left of the first half. Now Kambamba has the ball. Now it's Menard. Menard working in the paint. Lob into the basket. And just a little throw up. Roll on the rim. In for two from Menard. Now Major working on Menard. Now Spokes has the ball. Turner for three. In and out. Rebound Kambamba. Menard bringing the ball up for Marist. He's trying to slow things down. Kambamba has the ball now over to Roberts. Roberts working on Benjamin inside the paint. And Roberts with a beautiful layup over the tall 6'8 body of Brandon Benjamin to cut down the lead to 4. Now Turner to Major. Major working on the right side into Benjamin in the paint, but loses the ball. But out to Turner for three. Off. Brandon Benjamin gets another rebound. Fairfield keeps possession alive, and Brandon Benjamin gets the rebound, works underneath the basket, and a reverse layup for two. A beautiful play there by the freshman. Now Collins Roberts has the ball for Marist. Over to Menard up top. He's working the offense. He's getting something set up. Over to Roberts. Roberts working on Major. Kambamba for three. No good, off the front of the rim. Rebound, Eric Major. Major bringing up on the right side. Coach Chris Casey settling down the offense, slowing things down, setting up a play with just over 3 minutes left in this first half. It's Braden Spokes with the ball, working on Roberts. Now Major working inside. Zahn down the baseline, but he stepped out of bounds when he received the pass. So the ball will go in Marist's favor, as we will get another media timeout. But Brandon Benjamin was the star over the last few minutes, by getting those defensive rebounds, getting those offensive rebounds, putting those layups in. A nice reverse layup underneath the basket. 26-20 lead for the Stags, as we'll take a quick break right after this media timeout. We are back from the media timeout in Mahoney Arena. 3 minutes and 13 seconds left in this first half. Stags lead by 6, and Marist will get the ball to start after this timeout. As you remember, Ryan Zahn received the pass but stepped out of bounds on the last possession for Fairfield. So Marist will get the ball. And it's into number 21, Jordan Gabriel. And now Collins Roberts has at the logo. He brings it over to Lewis. Over to Gabriel. Now it's Polka. Polka working on Wilkerfangen. Now Menard working on number 3, Cam Esteves, who came in the game for Fairfield. And the layup from Menard was blocked by Cam Esteves. Into the game for Marist, number 4, Blackwell. Out of the game, Collins Roberts. 7 seconds left on the shot clock for Marist. Menard inbounds the ball to Gabriel. Guarded by Isaac Mukandi, who came into the game for Fairfield. And rebound after the shot clock violation. It was not called. Out to Parker. 3-pointer. Miles Parker cuts the lead down to 3. And the Fairfield bench was yelling that was a shot clock violation, but it wasn't called. And so 3 points goes to the Red Foxes. Now Turner trying to answer on his own, but no good. Parker with a rebound for Marist. Out to Menard. Menard bringing the ball up. He's working on Wilkerfangen, trying to get through. Pull-up jumper. It's good. Menard cuts the lead down to just 1. 2 minutes left to play in this first half. Tony Williams over to Turner. Turner has the ball, set up the offense for the Stags. Back to Williams. Williams working on Blackwell. Now Parker switches, got him. Williams 3-pointer. Off the front of the rim and out. No good. It's Lewis bringing the ball up for Marist. Working on Esteves. He drives, pulls up. Now Gabriel guarded by Mukandi. And Mukandi shuts it down. Isaac Mukandi denies Gabriel of any points. And a foul was called on Gabriel. So Fairfield will get the ball. Marist had no points. And Fairfield bringing the ball up with just under 90 seconds left. And Wilkerfangen driving. Pull up, turn around. No good, rolls on the rim. Menard bringing the ball up fast for Marist. He's driving, pass above the head of Esteves. Lewis turnaround jumper, no good. Brady Spokes bringing the ball up on the right side. He's working on Parker. He's driving in. Pull-up jumper from Spokes. It's good. Brady Spokes gets to 10 points. The Stags lead by 3. 50 seconds left in this first half. A beautiful shot there by Braden Spokes. But now you have Miles Parker. Now Schofield has the ball for Marist. Back to Parker. Parker working on Mukandi. Now Lewis. Over to Menard. High pass caught by Menard and the 3-pointer off the back of the rim. Cam Esteves with the rebound. 25 seconds left. Stags will take this down to take the last shot of this first half. Chris Casey giving them the play. Tony Williams setting up the offense. 10 seconds left. Tony Williams working on Lewis. Over to Spokes. Spokes, 3-pointer. Off the back of the rim. 1 second left. Wilkerfangen for 3. Off the backboard and off the front of the rim. No good. The Stags had their chance on that last possession. Came away with nothing. We head into a halftime. Fairfield 28. Marist 25. A close game, a back and forth game. Fairfield has led pretty much the entire first half. It's been a pretty clean game in most parts for both teams, right? Only a few fouls, right? And so that limits the foul shots, right? Only a few turnovers, right? Marist has 6, Fairfield has 2 turnovers, right? But the key is that Fairfield has 12 points off those turnovers, and that's the difference maker in games like this, these close games, right? The little mistakes that teams make, if the other team can capitalize off those mistakes, that's how you win the game, right? If they foul and you make a free throws, if they get turnovers and you get points off those turnovers, those are the points that win you the game. Marist shooting 37% from the field, Fairfield shooting 33. It's a back and forth game. It's going to be it's going to be a physical second half. So I'll see you in the second half in about 15 minutes. Halftime is over. Both teams' huddles are breaking. 20 minutes of basketball left to play. Stags have 28. Marist have 25. And that first half was a back and forth game. Right, Marist went up 5-0 to start the game. Fairfield counteracted with their own 5-0 run on to make it 5-5. Both teams have 3 3-pointers made. Marist have 19 rebounds. Fairfield have 20. Marist is shooting 37 from the field. Fairfield 33. It is an even game. It is a back and forth game. And it's going to be a gritty and physical second half. As Fairfield gets the ball first to start. It's Wilkenfanger has the ball over to Williams. Williams working on now Spokes. Over to Benjamin. Benjamin on Schofield. Benjamin walking inside, losing the ball, picks up by Wilkenfanger. Williams corner 3. It's good! Tony Bunner Williams started to score for Fairfield in the second half with a triple. Now Schofield has the ball. Now down low. Roberts, jumper no good. Rebound Brandon Benjamin. Sparks bring the ball up for Fairfield. Over to Wilkenfanger. Now it's Williams. Williams working on Lewis. Wilkenfanger in the corner. Over to Sparks. Pull up jumper. Off the back of the rim. Wilkenfanger with the rebound. Shot clock resets. Tony Williams for 3 again. It's good! Tony Williams, back-to-back 3-pointers to start the second half for the Stags. One of the best ways to start off the second half is back-to-back triples. And now Marist working on offense. It's Menard. Menard on Sparks. Menard, pull-up jumper. It's good. John Menard has been dominant on those pull-up jumpers tonight. Now Tony Williams on fire right now from 3. Over to Rollins. Now Spokes at the top of the key. Roberts guarding him. Now Williams with Menard guarding him. Trying to work around him. Wilkenfanger. Now Spokes. Over to Williams again. Now Rollins. Rollins working inside. Spokes works inside 2. Pulls out. No good. Off the back of the rim. John Menard bringing it up. Over to Collins Robbins. Robbins working fast. Way up. No good. Out to Menard. Menard working in. Out to Lewis. Corner 3. Off the front of the rim. Rebound Declan Wilkenfanger. He brings it up all the way. Over Spokes. He's bringing it on the left side. Now kicks it out. Tony Williams. Off the back of the rim. Lewis with the rebound from Marist. He's bringing it up. Rawls on defense. Lewis out to Roberts. Down to Schofield. Benjamin on defense. Schofield, no good, off the front of the rim. But Sultan gets the rebound for Marist. Lewis draws the foul and goes to the line for 2 shots. Brandon Benjamin gets called on the foul. And Lewis heads to the line. Now Fairfield came out into the second half on the best way possible. Tony Williams hit 2 free throws. Braden Sparks hit the jumper. And they lead by 7. Lewis hits his first free throw. Elijah Lewis, the 6'5 senior out of Watchung, New Jersey. Averaging 12.4 points per game. Right, shooting just under 500 in field goal percentage. Lewis was one more shot. Both teams perfect from the line tonight. Second shot is up, and it's good. 34-29 lead for Fairfield. Now Tony Williams bringing the ball up for the Stags. He's working on the left side, now gives the ball up to Rollins. Rollins at the top of the key. Blackwell's on defense. Trying to get through. Now a foul was called. Isaac Bukandi with his first foul of the night. Turns the ball over to Marist. Now Fairfield with a little press on, one-on-one press. Williams on Roberts. Roberts setting up the offense. Works to the right side, trying to get down the baseline. He's working on Williams. Roberts layup no good. Rebound Kambamba. He's working on Mukandi, tries to work on the paint. Ball is stolen by Rollins, but a foul was called as he tried to steal the ball. The fans don't like it. Head coach Chris Casey does not like it. But all that matters is the call that the refs make. Marist has the ball. 20 seconds. Reset shot clock. Ball goes into Kambamba. Now it's Menard. Now another reach and foul by number 15, Isaac Bukandi. And that's his second foul in the last minute. So he will get subbed out for number 7, Ryan Zahn. Zahn comes in. Maris inbounds the ball. Blackwell has it at the top. Williams Godin. Blackwell, pull-up jumper. Off the side of the rim. Rebound, Braden Sparks. Braden Sparks bringing it up. Trying to get something going. Roberts on defense. Over Williams. Menard on defense. Williams working through. Out to Sparks. Corner three. It's good! Braden Sparks hits his first three of the second half. And the Stags are on fire from beyond the arc. 37-29 Fairfield. Now Blackwell has Sparks on defense. Over to Kambamba. Rollins on defense. Menard now takes the ball. Rollins still on defense. Menard working down. And the baseline pass gets deflected and kicked out of bounds. Off of Blackwell. Fairfield's going to get the ball after this media timeout. Fairfield comes out hot after the halftime break. Hits 3 triples. Hits a jumper from Braden Sparks. Tony Williams, the star in this second half. Fairfield leading 37-29. We'll be back after the short media break. Media timeout is done. Both teams break the huddles. 15:48 left in this game. Stags have been on an amazing run. Marist, 0 field goals in the last 2 minutes and 40 seconds. Stags have been controlling the pace of this game, the tempo of play in this second half, and look to continue that for the next 15 minutes of play. Tony Williams bringing the ball up. He's been on fire this half. Over to Wickenfinger. Now Williams has the ball again. He's working on Menard. Now Braden Sparks over to Zahn. Zahn has the ball. Trying to look for someone open. Williams. Sparks. Sparks working on Roberts. He drives in. Layup.
That's goaltending.
And goaltending was called on Marist. So the 2 points is good for Fairfield. Layup was denied, but goaltending was called. 2 points. Goes to Braden Sparks. And now Collins Roberts bringing the ball up. He's working on Rollins. Over to Menard. Williams on defense. Now he's trying to build the baseline. Kambamba at the top of the key. Working on Zahn. He goes in. Now it's Blackwell. Pull-up jumper. It's good. And the foul. The hoop and the home for Rajon Blackwell. And he hits that line for a chance at a 3-point play. A beautiful move to push Wilkenfinger off him. Step back, pull-up jumper, and the foul. So Blackwell is at the line for one. Free throw good. Declan Wilkenfinger has 2 fouls after that one. Tony Williams, now Rollins has the ball for Fairfield. Over to Williams. Pass down on the Wilkenfinger. Denied, but the foul was called on number 5, Miles Poker. My apologies, fouls on number 15, Parby Kambaba. And Declan Wilkenfinger is shooting 2 at the line. First one, off the back of the rim, no good. Wilkenfinger, the freshman, 6'7", out of Teaneck, New Jersey. Averaging 12 points a game, shooting just over 500 from field goal percentage as he knocks down the second shot. Stags lead by 7, just under 15 minutes left. Fairfield on that full press for the rest of the half. It's Collins Roberts working on Williams. Over to Lewis, Rollins on defense. Lewis trying to get something going. Walks inside the paint, going for a layup, but falls down, and Lewis is grabbing his knee. Wilkenfinger on the fast break. The layup is good and one. Declan Wilkenfinger takes the ball away from Lewis, goes down the court and gets the layup and one. But the more important part is that Elijah Lewis is down and he's grabbing his knee. Does not look good for Lewis as he landed awkwardly when he got the ball stolen away, trying to go up for the layup. We will step aside and we'll come back in a few moments. Elijah Lewis, the senior guard out of Watchung, New Jersey, landed awkwardly on his right knee, going for a layup. He gets up on his feet, carried off the court by the coaches, and gets an applause by this Mahoney Arena crowd. Lewis, a huge factor in the success of this team this year. Right, he helped the team a lot during their 9-2 start to the season. So losing him will be a big piece for this Red Foxes team. But Wilkenfinger for Fairfield got the ball back and got 2 points on the fast break and the foul, and is at the line for a 3-point play. Wilkerfangen on the line for one. And it's good. 3-point play is good. Stags up by 11, the largest lead of the game. And Roberts hustling down the court with Williams on defense. Pushes off Williams. Menard for three. It's good! A good counter to the 3-point play by Fairfield as Menard hits a triple to cut the lead down to 8. Now Rollins has the ball for Fairfield. He's driving, working on Blackwell. It's Wilkerfangen over to Williams. Williams working through, finds it wide open, Wilkerfangen. And Wilkerfangen pushes off Kambamba and gets the layup. 10-point lead for the Stags. It's Collins Roberts over to Blackwell. Marist trying to get something going. Down low to Polka, and the layup is good. Blackwell finding Polka wide open in the paint. 2 points is good from Miles Polka. Now Tony Williams over to Rollins. Rollins has the ball, working on Collins Roberts. Ball goes to Braden Sparks in the paint. Out to Williams for three, and the ball was tipped. No good. Menard on a fast break. Kambamba. Down low to Blackwell. Blackwell, wide open layup. A beautiful ball movement there by the Red Foxes. Cuts the lead down to 6. Tony Williams set up the offense for the Stags. Now Rollins has the ball. Over to Sparks. Sparks trying to get someone down low. He's working the paint, pulls out. Wilkerfangen for three. Off the back of the rim. Tony Williams. Now Blackwell got the rebound, and Tony Williams went in himself and ripped the ball out, but a foul was called on Tony Williams for his second foul of the game. The crowd is booing, and head coach Chris Casey is not happy with that call. He's bickering with the ref right in his ear. Not pleased with the foul call. But the game goes on. It's Collins Roberts bringing the ball up for the Red Foxes. Over to Blackwell. Blackwell working on Turner. Over to Parker. Now Blackwell for three. Off the front of the rim. Rebound Roberts. Pushes off his defender. Layup no good. Ball bounced around but ended up in the hands of Declan Wilkerfangen. He kicks it out to Williams. Now Wilkerfangen has it down to Benjamin. And a foul was called on the floor on Marist. So Fairfield will have the ball inbounding underneath the basket. That's the third foul of the half for Marist. 6 for Fairfield. Tony Williams going to inbound the ball for the Stags. Williams looking for the guy, found Benjamin. Over to Turner. Turner working on Blackwell. Trying to get inside. Pull-up jumper. No good. Benjamin, rebound. And Benjamin gets the rebound, puts it up. Layup no good, but draws a foul. And Brandon Benjamin heads to the line for 2 shots. Now in this close game, I've said it before and I'll say it again, in this close game, the free throws is what's going to win the game for either team. Stags up by 6, but that's not a comfortable lead with 12 minutes to go. They got to play clean basketball, both teams. Limit the fouls, limit the free throws for both teams. And play smart basketball for these next 12 minutes. Media timeout here in Mahoney Arena. We'll be back after this short break. Media timeout is done. Resuming play here in Mahoney Arena. 12 minutes left in the game. Stags have been leading this entire half. Let's see if they can close out strong. Play clean basketball. Play smart basketball. As the leaders for Stags, Braden Sparks with 15, Duncan Wilkenfangen with 10. And the leader for Marist is Justin Menard with 16. Now we're starting this play after media timeout with Brandon Benjamin. 2 shots. First one up and good. Now Brandon Benjamin, the 6'8" freshman from Newark, New Jersey, averaging 14.4 points per game, shooting around 600 for field goal, and he scored 26 points and 15 rebounds in the win over Sacred Heart on Thursday night. Made both free throws. Missed the second free throw, but Marist has the ball now. It's Blackwell. Roberts for 3. It's good. Jaden Colin Roberts, the junior guard, hits a triple to cut down the lead to 4. Now Turner has the ball for Fairfield. Over to Tony Williams. Down there, Wilkenfangen. Now Wilkenfangen loses the ball. It's a scramble. Jump ball is called. Marist possession. Wilkenfangen loses the ball from the pass from Williams. Marist will get the ball back, but Wilkenfangen is slow to get up. He's getting up slowly with the help by Brandon Benjamin. Gets an applaud by the crowd. Marist will get the ball after the jump ball call. So switch of possession. Wiping the court down after about 3-4 guys were down on the ground fighting for the ball. Right, in a 4-point game, right, in this environment, right, it's intense, right? It's going to be a physical end of this game. And the ref is going over to talk to head coach Chris Casey. Chris Casey seems to be not happy with the ref's call, and so the refs are going to review if there was a foul maybe on Wilkenfangen. That's probably the most obvious call, right, that, you know, KC is looking for, right, is if, you know, when Wilkenfangen was diving for the ball, like a Marist player, right, dove on him and you try to get the ball and, you know, fouled. Right, that's the only thing I can think of. But Chris Casey was not happy at the refs. You know, a few times this game he's shown that emotion. Right, and that's, you know, in this environment, right? The 4-point game, 11 minutes left, right? These MAC games, no matter the record, right? No matter the, you know, place in the standings, every game in the MAC conference, right, is tight. Every game matters, right? And both of these teams want to go down to Atlantic City in a few weeks to fight in the MAC championships, right? And they want every possession that they can. They want every call to go in their favor, right? And Chris Casey showing that intensity, showing that emotion, right, over his players, right? He's dedicated. He wants to win. He wants to upset, right, this Marist team, just like he did a year ago today in this arena. He wants to do it again. So the refs taking a deep look at this. The teams are talking it over. Right, it's going to be a battle for the next 11 minutes and 16 seconds. Right, neither team has this game. Right, Stags have been leading all half, but signs of light have come from Marist. at times in the second half and cuts the lead down to 3 or 4. Every possession matters. Now here comes the call for the refs. So the call stands. No foul was called. It's going to be Marist possession underneath the Fairfield basket. Fairfield on the press once again. Running a 3-2 press. Ball goes to Colin Roberts, defended by Tony Williams. Roberts setting up the offense over to Schofield. Back to Roberts. Over to Blackwell. Blackwell working on Turner. Trying to get through. Over to Menard. Menard in the corner. Down the baseline. Going for the reverse layup. No good. Ball. Pass is stolen away by Brandon Benjamin. Over to Wickerfinger. Wickerfinger across the court to Turner over the spokes. Now back to Williams. The ball was swatted away by Marist. Stays Fairfield possession. Brandon Sparks can inbound the ball for the Stags. Right in front of the bench. Into Benjamin. Now Williams. Over to Turner. Now Wickerfinger. Back to Spokes. Spokes driving in. Working on Blackwell. Now Williams. Over to Turner. 7 seconds to shoot. Turner. Working on Sultan and Deuce Turner. A beautiful play. Going along the baseline. Coming back and putting the layup in for 2. Now it's Collins Roberts from Marist. Was looking for Schofield down low, but Benjamin covered it up that quickly. Menard now has it. Go to closer by Spokes. Schofield has it, driving. And battles Wickerfinger and gets the layup for 2. Tony Williams bring the ball up for Fairfield. Williams driving, gets stopped. Out to Spokes. Now Wickerfinger. Now Turner has it. Turner working on Blackwell, now Menard. Over to Williams, now Spokes. Spokes working around into the paint, over to Benjamin. Benjamin layup, it's good, and the foul! Another hoop and the home for Brandon Benjamin, and a chance for a 3-point play coming for the Stags. Beautiful ball movement there from Spokes to Williams. Back to Spokes, and Spokes found Benjamin underneath the basket at the block. Gets the foul and the layup. Now free throw no good off the back of the rim. Rebound goes to Colin Roberts. Roberts now to Blackwell. Back to Roberts, guarded by Major. Now a beautiful pass underneath the basket to Schofield. Schofield had a wide open layup and missed it. 2 bounces off the rim, no good, but then the ball was swatted away by Fairfield. So it'll be Marist ball underneath the basket. A sub coming in for Marist, number 5, Miles Parker. Now coming out is number 10, Trace Sultan. Marist ball underneath the lone basket. The ball goes into Blackwell. Blackwell in the corner, guarded by Benjamin. Trying to drive. Blackwell pull-up jumper, blocked by Benjamin. Now rebounds from Menard. Wickerfinger stole it. So a chaotic play right there. The ball was blocked by Wickerfinger. And then a rebound by John Menard. And stolen away by Fairfield. And then the ball ended up in Schofield's hands. But when he was trying to move, he traveled. Fairfield possession. It's Eric Major. Now Braden Spokes. Trying to go down the baseline to Wickerfinger. Now Major up top. Over to Deuce Turner. Benjamin come up, set a pick. Deuce Turner walking around. He's walking, he's at the free throw line. Out to Spokes. Walking up Blackwell. And Spokes drew a foul. Foul's a floor call, so Fairfield will get the ball, slide out. Each team has 6 fouls. 8.5 minutes to play. Fairfield leading by 6. Ball goes into Braden Sparks. Braden Sparks over to Wickenfingen. Wickenfingen drives, pull up jumper, it's good. Declan Wickenfinger, 12 points on the day. A great pull up jumper to give the Stags the 8-point lead. Now Schofield has the ball. Gives it to Menard. Menard found Schofield in the paint. Draws the foul, misses the layup. Schofield goes to the line for 2 shots.
Fairfield foul was here on Eric Mejia. That's his first.
Now that was the first foul from Eric Mejia. 7th on the team in the second half for Fairfield. Jason Schofield on the line for 2 shots. First one miss. Now I've said it earlier before, but if Marist wants to, get back into this game, tie this game up, there's plenty of time. Right, but if Fairfield's giving you these free shots, you gotta capitalize on them. Crowd is getting loud. Second shot's up, and it's good. Schofield 1 for 1. 52-45 lead for the Stags. Now it's Eric Major bringing the ball up for Fairfield. Setting up the offense over to Wickenfingen. Now Braden Sparks. Braden Sparks looking for an open Stag. He finds Wickenfinger. Benjamin down, no spin move. Working the basket and a beautiful layup. He spun around his defender off the glass and in. Brandon Benjamin's up to 11. Now Colin Roberts' layup is no good on the other end. Rebound Brandon Benjamin. He's driving fast. Layup blocked. John Monroe gets the loose ball. He's bringing it up. He's driving, spins around. Sparks, layup, no good. And Trace Sultan gets the rebound from Marist, puts it up and draws the foul. 2 shots coming after this media break. Fairfield 54, Marist 45. 7.5 minutes left to play in this tight matchup. We'll be back after this quick break. Media timeout is done. Both teams break the huddles. Fairfield has continued their dominance of control in the game, right? The pace of play, right? The play in their game. Marist has, taken over for glimpses, but for the most part, Fairfield, right, has claimed the lead for this entire second half, coming out hot at the start of halftime. As Sultan makes his first shot, that's going to foul before the break. Sultan, second shot is up, and it's good. Fairfield getting the ball, working on this press by Marist. Working Fagan and Major, working up. Now it's Spokes. The pass half court. Back to Major. Major set up the offense. 16 to shoot. Spokes over to Turner. Turner trying to find an open stag. Now he's working over the working finger up top. Now it's Major on Roberts. Turner deep three off the front of the rim. Now the rebound was tipped off Benjamin, and Blackwell got it from going out of bounds and passed it in to save it. Marist ball. Collins Roberts working on Benjamin. 6.5 minutes to play. It's Sultan. Back to Menard. Menard working on Wilkenfingen. Down the baseline, a beautiful pass. Now a beautiful pass over to Menard. Blocked by Brandon Benjamin, but goaltending was called. So the second goaltending of the game, one for each team. 6-point lead for the Stags. The press by Marist. Fairfield walks through. Three-pointer, Braden Spokes. It's good! To counteract the goaltending, Braden Spokes said, I'll take that, and hit a three. Braden Spokes up to 15. He's the leading scorer for the Stags. Now Collins Roberts, five Kambaba in the paint. Out to Sultan for three. In and out. Rebound, Brandon Benjamin. Hands the ball off to Braden Spokes. Spokes slowing down, setting up the offense. Taking as much time off the clock with an 8-point lead. Playing smart, playing smooth by the Fairfield Stags. Braden Spokes working on Kambamba. Now Turner working on Menard. Now Major. Eric Major working in the paint. Now drops off to Benjamin. Benjamin loses it. Picks up by Wilkenfangen. Three-pointer. No shot. Shot clock violation called on the Stags. Turnover goes to the Marist possession. But again, though, the Stags worked off 30 seconds on the clock. And so for every possession, the Stags can work 30 seconds off and have that tight defense on Marist. They can come away with just over 5 minutes left of the game. They can come out of this day with a win. Now Roberts working in the paint. Drops the ball, picked up by Braden Spokes. Braden Spokes working fast. He slows it down. Turner in the corner. Faked up the three, brought it back out. Eric Major has it now. Over to Turner. Now Benjamin. Benjamin back to Major. Major working on Menard. Over to Spokes, now Wilkenfangen. Wilkenfangen block shot. 6 to shoot, Brandon Spokes. He's working the paint. And Braden Spokes was trying to catch the foul, but instead he just dove out of bounds, causing the turnover and a Marist possession. Chris Casey displeased with the ref call of the no foul there, but the game goes on. Collins Roberts bring the ball up for Marist over to Bernard. Now Sultan. Over to Blackwell. Blackwell working on Benjamin. Now Turner. Blackwell into the paint. Jumper deflected. Brandon Benjamin gets the ball. Hands it off to Spokes. Brandon Spokes. The senior guard. Over to Wilkenfanger. Now Eric Major. Major back to Wilkenfangen. And a foul was called on the floor Foul was called on Jaden Colin Robbins. His first foul. And now you have Brandon Benjamin at the line shooting 2. Right now in the last 4 minutes, right, each foul is costly, right, because it will send each team to the line. Right, both teams are in the bonus, and so every foul will send the teams to the line for 2 shots. That's where you capitalize. That's where you make this game close. That's where you pull away. Right, as Brandon Benjamin just hit both free throws for a 10-point lead. It's Colin Roberts driving, layup, no good. But the foul was called. Foul was on Eric Major. So 2 shots will be coming for Jaden Colin Robbins after this media break. 3 minutes and 57 seconds left. Stags 59. Red Foxes 49. We'll be back after a short media timeout.
The Fairfield University men's basketball.
Media timeout is coming to a close. Fairfield leads by 10 with just under 4 minutes left in this game. Fairfield trying to get the upset here in Mahoney Arena. Marist, 0 points in the last 2.5 minutes. So the Fairfield defense has been on point. Fairfield has been controlling the pace of the game for the majority of the night tonight. Marist has Jaden Collins Roberts shooting 2 after the foul before the break. Roberts, the junior guard out of Edison, New Jersey, averaging 6.3 points per game, shooting just under 500 field goal percentage. First one's good. Second one is good. Merrill shooting 90% from the free throw line, right? 91% after that. Second shot good by Roberts. Fairfield shooting 73%. Now Williams bringing the ball up. Guarded by the press. And a 10-second violation was called by Fairfield. So the press was on and it was working for the Red Foxes as they get the ball back, trying to make this game a closer game with only a few minutes left. Ball goes into Collins Roberts. Over to Menard. Menard guarded by Sparks. Now Roberts. Sparks on defense. Roberts trying to work through. Try to get someone to cut. Try to get someone down by the basket. It's Menard working on Williams. Menard pulls up for 3. Short. Missed the rim. Spokes gets the rebound. Fairfield, 23 points off turnovers. That's the key factor in this game. The little things, the little mistakes by Marist, Fairfield has capitalized. But now, up 8, 3 minutes to go. Try to get some more. It's Turner. Pull-up jumper. In and out. Rebound goes to Kambamba. Now Roberts bring the ball from Marist. Kambamba. Walking on Benjamin. Benjamin on defense. Layup. Short. It gets deflected. Benjamin with the rebound. Hands the ball off to Williams. Williams slows things down for Fairfield. Trying to work the entire shot clock and get a good shot. It's Braden Spokes, the senior. Pulls up for three. In and out. Rebound goes to Miles Parker. Now Menard bringing the ball up. Menard guarded by Turner. Now Wilkenfangen. Menard working on that. And Menard fakes the shot, goes around and draws the foul. Heading to the line for 2 shots. Right, I've said it a few minutes ago, but the free throws are a vital part in the last few minutes of every game. Both teams are in the bonus. Marist is in the bonus plus. So every foul will send both teams to the line. Menard capitalizes on the first shot. The game is still in hand for both teams. 2:24 left, 7-point lead for the Stags. Menard's second shot is up, and it's good. So a 6-point lead for Fairfield. Marist has that hard press on. Let's see how Fairfield responds. It's Williams. Now Wilkenfangen. Trying to walk through. Right, Williams gets through half court past the Wilkenfangen. Braden Spokes. Now Williams. Setting up the offense. 16 to shoot. Try to get a good shot here. Williams hands the ball off to Spokes. Spokes working on Collins Roberts. Over to Turner. Deuce Turner working on Blackwell. Turner down the baseline and loses the ball off the dribble. And now Marist has the possession again. Right, in these last few minutes, it's the little things that can come out to haunt you. The turnovers, the fouls, right, the free throws. So see who gets those little things right, who capitalizes off other teams' mistakes. And a timeout is called on the floor. And so look at Braden Spokes' performance here tonight. Spokes has 18 points, 7 for 17 field goal. Right, he's been hitting on three. He's been hitting, in the paint. He's been dominant on defense. Right, 4 rebounds, 2 assists. Right, and he's played 36 minutes out of this game. Braden Spokes has been dominant today. Right, Braden Spokes, he's averaging 17.4 points a game, so one of the leaders on the Stags team. But he's a veteran on this team. He's he's a leader. Right, he has that poison control in the last few minutes of the game. Right, to not make those, silly fouls and send the other team to the free throw line. Spokes, 29 starts for the Stags last season, so he's been a dominant starter the last 2 years. 47 made threes last year. Right, and in 15 games last season, he had double-figure points. Right, in the game against Sacred Heart this past Thursday, he scored 21 points. So every game, he's been dominant offense and defense, and he's a very valuable factor to the Stags team. So quick timeout here. We'll be back in a few seconds after a short break. timeout is wrapping up. It is getting loud here in Mahoney Arena. Fairfield leads by 6. A minute and 47 left in the game. Will the Stags pull off that upset victory? Will the Stags get to 8-7 in the MAC conference? Will it be 2 straight years where Fairfield wins against Marist here at home? We will find out in a minute and 47 seconds. Both teams break the huddle. Marist has Blackwell into the ball, inbound to the ball, side out. The ball goes to Menard, now back to Blackwell. Blackwell heading to the baseline, 3-pointer Kambamba, off, no good. Now the ball is deflected off Wilkenfangen, and it stays Marist possession underneath their own basket. Now something from the Marist bench came on to the floor, so quick pause of play there. But the ball goes into Blackwell. Blackwell, layup, good. Now a layup came in, and right away, John Dunn, the Marist head coach, takes the timeout to stop the clock, down 4. Right, Fairfield will have the ball, right, with 1:33, up by 4. And Dunn's probably talking to his team about, when to start fouling, right? You have 1 timeout left, and you're down by 4. Now Fairfield is in the bonus, so every foul will send them to the line. And so if Marist starts fouling, send it after the line, Fairfield needs to make those free throws. If they don't, then that's giving Marist the chance to win. Right? It's those little things in the game. Right? Marist is gonna start putting some fouls on there. But they have 1 timeout left. Right? But they're gonna play a press. But they're gonna let it get to half court. Right? In probably about 10-15 seconds, that's when they're gonna start fouling. So both teams break the huddle. They'll be Wilkenfangen inbound the ball. A 4-man press from Marist. The ball goes into Braden Spokes. Braden Spokes working along the side. Over to Wilkenfangen. Other side. Spokes down the middle. Wilkenfangen. And before Wilkenfangen can even get the ball, Chris Casey takes a timeout. So the clock stops. 1:24 to go. Still the 4-point game. Both teams in the bonus. Right, and this is just a back and forth battle in these last 90 seconds. Right, both teams have that determination, have the will that they want to win. Both teams want to come out of here with a win. Right, Marist wants to go to 11-4 in the conference, right? And 17-7 overall, and work up in that MAC, conference. Fairfield, they want to go up into 500, above 500 in the conference. As both teams have something to fight for, something to win, right? In these last 80 seconds of play here, you're going to see that. You're going to see the determination. You're going to see the want from all 10 players on the court. You're going to see the want from both head coaches. So Fairfield inbounding, side out, right in front of the benches. Ball goes into Braden Spokes. Braden Spokes working, gets past half court. Ball goes into Tony Williams. Tony Williams working on Menard. Over to Deuce Turner. Turner, Spokes in the corner. Working around, over to Williams. Now Turner. Turner for 3! Off the front of the rim. Rebound Menard. A minute left to go in the game. Collins Roberts. He's bringing it. He goes for a layup, and it's in. Collins Roberts makes it a 2-point game. 59-57, 50 seconds to go. Tony Williams bringing the ball up. Past half court. He's settled down the offense. timeout, Fairfield. Chris Casey wants to talk it over. And this is exactly how it was a year ago on February 6, 2025. The score is in the 50s, right? The score is 59-56, right after the game winner by Deion Perry. It's 59-57 right now. Both teams want this game. Both teams want to win. Right? It's going to come down to the last shot. It's going to come down to the last second. Both teams have to play that smart basketball, right? Fouling at the right times, making those free throws, right? Calling timeouts. Both teams are down to one timeout left, right? It's going to come down to who plays the smartest basketball in the next 43 seconds. So Chris Casey talking over with his team. John Dunn talking over with his team. It is getting loud here in Mahoney Arena. You hear the students, you hear the fans, you hear the kids. They want this win for the Stags. Now, does the team want this win for themselves? They have to prove it for the next 43 seconds. Stags have led this entire half. They've not given up the lead in 19 minutes and 17 seconds. Can they hold on to that lead for the last 43? Both teams break the huddle. Both teams talk it over. Throughout the entire game, every stat line, it's been similar for both teams. They've been shooting 25-30% from threes. Right? They've been shooting 38 and 40% from field goals. They've had the same amount of rebounds. Right? 40 seconds ago to claim the winner. It's Tony Williams for the ball for the Stags. 11 to shoot. Ball goes to Wickenfinger. He's working in the paint. He drives. Layup is good! Declan Wickenfinger works inside the paint. Gets one off the glass and in. Now Monroe, he drives. Out to Kambamba for three. It's good! Kobe Kambamba, the sophomore forward from Marist, makes this a 1-point game. The layup from Declan Wickenfinger to make it 61-58, 57, and then the possession by Marist and the 6'6" sophomore from the Democratic Republic of Congo makes it a 1-point game with 15.6 seconds left on the game clock. This is giving us flashbacks from last year. There could be a game winner. There could be a buzzer beater. Who's it going to be? What team is going to be? Who's going to be the hero walking out of Leo D. Mahoney Arena tonight? Marist is out of timeouts. Fairfield has one. 61-60 lead by Fairfield. Now, Marist, when Fairfield inbounds the ball, Marist is most likely going to give a quick foul. Right? That's sending Fairfield to the line for 2 shots. They got to make both of those. So that Marist has to go down and hit a 3-pointer. Right? Putting that pressure on them. If they don't make both of them, well, they can just get the layup, right, and win by 1. And so that's most likely what's going to happen, right? Marist going to inbound, Fairfield going to inbound, Marist, quick foul, sending the Stags for the line for 2, right? And those free throws are going to be crucial. So here we go. Fairfield 61, Marist 60. 15.6 seconds left in the game. Marist has that full press. Everybody Wickenfinger. Inbound the ball for the Stags. He's running the baseline. He's looking for the long shot. No. Ball goes in the spokes. And the foul. 12.8 seconds left. Sending Braden Spokes to the line for 2 shots. These are very important shots for Braden Spokes. 12 seconds to go. Braden Spokes 18 points of the night, but these ones are the most important. Another classic finish between these two teams, coming down to the last second. Fairfield has no one on the blocks. Marist has 4. Spoke's first shot is good. Now if he makes this second one, it's putting pressure on Marist to have to make that 3-point shot. Marist sending someone deep. They're sending Trey Sultan deep into their own territory. Brady Spoke's second shot is good. 63-60 lead for the Stags. Rollins comes in for Juice Turner to get some height on the defense. Mahoney Arena is on their feet. They're getting loud. They want to see a win here. Will it happen? 10 seconds. Collins Roberts has the ball. It's Blackwell. The three off the back of the rim. Rebound Benjamin. And that's the game. The Stags survive. The Stags lead the entire second half. And they pull away the upset win against the heavy favored Marist. 63-60. And the Stags play the smart basketball. They win the little things. They make the free throws. They make the three-pointers when needed. They get the rebounds, and they make Marist pay with the points off their own turnovers. What a game. What a finish. A classic matchup between these two teams, the Red Foxes and the Stags. 63-60, and that's the second straight year that there's been a 3-point win by Fairfield in Leo D. Mahoney Arena against this Marist team. Looking ahead on the schedule, Fairfield's next game is January 19th, February 15th at St. Peter's. And then they'll be back home on February 20th against their crosstown rival, Sacred Heart. And for Marist, after this game, they will be at the top seed in Merrimack on February 12th, and then home against Siena on February 15th. Both teams fought to the end. Both teams wanted it. Fairfield came away with the 3-point victory as they went to 8-7 in the MAC conference, 16-10 overall. Marist falls to 10-5 in the MAC and 16-8 overall. That'll be it from Leo D. Mahoney Arena. 2 games down today. 2 wins for the Fairfield Stags, both men's and women's. Thank you all for tuning in to WVOF Sports. Have a good night, stay warm, and go Stags.